Hello, my dear friends. A big warm welcome to all of you to this 14-day SQL Pro challenge organized by DataPencil. I am really super excited to have you all here on this journey to go from intermediate to SQL Pro in just 14 days. So there are a few important things we have to note before we begin. You guys firstly have to join the WhatsApp group. It is a must. The link is given in the description. Let me tell you why it is must, why it is important, because there you will receive all important instructions. You will get the daily submission links, you will get their doubt support forms and the regular reminders, as it helps me keeps everything organized and makes sure no one misses any update. It is absolutely free, guys. You can join the WhatsApp group free of cost, you can join the challenge free of cost, you will get the certificate free of cost. The only thing you have to pay is your time and your consistency, nothing else. All right, so now for those of you who are new here and haven't joined the beginner SQL challenge earlier, which is absolutely fine. You just need to prepare the project setup, which includes table creation, basic data set and everything, all the details. I will give you all the links and the files in the group itself. So for that you have to join the WhatsApp group, guys. Fine. And since you are entering in this pro level, so I am assuming that your basic concepts are already clear, because here we will move little fast. We will go in more depth with the SQL problems. So all right then, guys, without any further delay, let's jump into our day one of this SQL Pro challenge, and all the remaining info you will get inside the WhatsApp groups. See you there, guys. So let's begin. For day one, our theme will be customer and restaurant insights, and the data set that we will use will be online food delivery system. The topics that we will cover here will be join across multiple tables, group by, having, aggregate functions, order by, limit and distinct. So let's start it, guys. Firstly, let's have a look at our tables. So these were the tables. First one, the customer table, then the restaurant table, and orders table, menu items and the order details table. It's a schema, and the relationship between the tables, primary keys, foreign keys, everything has been discussed in the previous beginner challenge video, and you will get the video link and the PDF links there in the WhatsApp group. There I will provide every detail related to these things, which is called basically project setup. Okay, fine. So let's begin with our first query, and for that I am opening my SQL workbench, and you can work on any SQL platform in which you are comfortable. There is no restrictions at all. So let's begin, guys. Let me open my SQL workbench. Okay, so for that, this is my data set database is here, which is online food delivery. Here you can see total 5 tables. All right, so let's firstly write use online food delivery. Okay, now let's run it, and now we have entered in our database. Fine. So firstly, let's write our first query, and our first query is saying to get the top 5 customers based on total orders placed. Guys, this series will be very interesting. Here you will see many different topics, many advanced topics, and at the end of this challenge you can proudly say that now I am super confident. I know almost everything in the SQL. I will give you some tips also. That tips will be in between the videos, or at the end of the videos, or at the beginning as well. So you have to stay focused here and try not to miss anything from this video. All right, so let's start doing the code part of this query, and it is saying get the top 5 customers based on total order placed. A question comes how to proceed. Okay, so the very first step that you have to do is to firstly get the idea of your sample table. What this sample table is? This sample table is about the output of this query. What could be the output? In a very easy and simple word, you simply have to imagine the table, or you can write it in your copy as well. So here it is written, get the top 5 customers based on total orders placed. It means what you want. You simply want here name of the customer and their total orders, right? With the name, you also have to mention the customer ID as well, so that there will be no repeated customer will come in this list. Correct? So this is what you want. You basically want customer name and their total orders placed. Fine. Now you got to know what result you want. So for this result, where you want customer name and ID, as well as you want total orders. Okay, what tables are required here? So for this we need customers table, correct? And for the total orders we need the, how can we get the total orders? So to get the total orders we basically count the rows, right? See here, how can you count the total orders? So for the customer one, how many orders? 1 order and 2 order and 3 orders. So for customer ID 1, there are 3 total orders, right? For customer ID 2, how many? 1 order, 2 orders. So for customer ID 2, there are total 3 orders. So how we are getting the total orders? Simply counting the rows and customer wise. It means we are using group by what? Group by customer ID, correct? See. So it means for the total orders, we have to calculate the count. We have to use this count function on which column? On the order ID column, right? And we have to use this count function by grouping the customer ID. So we have to use group by customer ID. What else? We want top 5 customer, top 5. So for that we firstly have to sort everything in descending manner. All right, so we will use what? We will use order by, correct? After getting the rows in descending manner, we have to extract the 5 rows only, top 5 rows. So to extract the top 5 rows we will use the limit 5. This will be the proceeding order. So now let's write our code and see what the result will come. So we have to start with the select and select what? Customer name. And here we are using multiple tables, okay, as we have seen that there were customers table as well as orders table. So for that we will have to use the aliases name as well along with the name of the column. So c dot customer name and c dot customer ID. Okay. What else? We have to get the counting of the orders table order ID, right? And let's give it one nickname, one alias name as total orders. Now from which table? So from customers table, C, defining it with the C, as well as joining this table with the orders table, O. On what basis? So on where customers table customer ID is equal to the orders table customer ID. Now we have to use the group by function and grouping it with the c dot customer name as well as c dot customer ID, right? And then we have to use the order by, so that we'll get the result in descending or ascending order. And at last we only want top 5 rows, so we are extracting the 5 rows by using the limit. Okay, here we have to give the name of the column on which we want to apply the descending sorting. So here total orders, correct? Now let's run it, and this is our result. So the top customer was Ishan Sharma. His ID was 336 and his total orders, he has placed total 10 orders, right? And then Vihan, again Vihan Patel and the Aditya Reddy and then the Vihan Nair. So like this, now we have completed our query number 1. Now come to our query number 2, and query 2 is saying to show total amount spent by each customer. Alright, so guys, what we have decided that firstly we will get our sample output table, right? So now let's discuss in this sample output table what columns should be there. So there should be customer name, correct? What else? Customer ID. What else? Total spent. Okay, total spent, total amount is spent. Okay, fine. Now what columns we need to get this sample table? What columns? So simply customer name column is needed, customer ID column is needed, and the total spent column is not given. So for this total spent thing, what columns we need to select? Okay, now here let's assume yourself as a customer. You are a customer, you are shopping somewhere, and simply you have ordered some items. Okay, so suppose let me take one name, Akanksha. Okay, so suppose there is one girl named Akanksha and she have purchased 4 biscuits. and 10 chocolates, 3 cold drinks, okay, 5 chips. What else? I guess it's enough junk for today. Okay, fine. Now what is the price of each item? Suppose biscuits, each item, each packet cost is 20 rupee. For chocolate, one packet cost is 50 rupee. Cold drink is 60 rupee, and for chip, a cost of one packet chips is 20 rupee, right? Now, how can you calculate the amount is spent, total amount is spent by Akanksha? How can you? So you simply have to do 4 into 20, because 4 biscuit packets into 20, 10 into 50, okay, plus 3 into 60, sorry, plus 5 into 20. Basically, you are summing all these things, right? So how we are calculating this total is spent? So we are calculating it basically by multiplying the price of each item with the quantity ordered. And at last, we are using the sum function. We are adding everything, right? So for this total is spent, the columns that are needed will be quantity ordered, okay, and the price of each item. So we want what? We want the customer table for the customer name and customer ID. Okay, first table is customer table. Second table will be quantity is given in which table? So quantity is given in the order details table. So we want the order details table. What else? Price is given in the menu item table. So we want menu item table. Okay. And to ensure which customer has placed which order, so to ensure the order ID, basically we need the order table as well. Okay, so these are the 4 tables that we will need here for this query. Fine, so let's now start writing the code. So we have to select customer name, comma, customer ID, comma, sum of, okay, sum of what? Sum of price, which is in menus table, multiply it with the quantity, which is in order details table, and give it the name as total spent. Correct? These things we will get from which table? So from customers table, defining it with the C, as well as with the orders table, defining it with the O. On what basis I am joining these 2 tables? So where customers table, customer ID equals to the orders table, customer ID. Again, we have to join it with the order details table. On what basis? So on where orders table, order ID is equal to the order details table, order ID. Again, we have to join it with what table? With the menu items table. So to get the price. So defining it with the M. On what basis? So on where order details table, item ID is equal to menus table, item ID. Fine. Now we want the result customer wise for each customer. Okay, for each customer. So we have to use group by customer name and customer ID. Fine. As well as we will use the order by total spent column in descending manner. Correct? This is it. Now, here do we want any limit? We want top 5, top 6? No, no such thing is required. So this is it. Now, let's run it. And okay, here one thing guys, here we have to use the equal sign. Now let's run it, and this is our result. Here you can see, let me enlarge it. The customer whose customer ID is 213, his total spent was 19,783.83 rupees. Okay, then the Vihan Nair and so on. Alright guys, now I hope it is clear till here, and I have already explained many basic concepts in the previous series, which is about the beginner challenge. So there I have explained in very detailed manner. Still, if you have any doubt, then you will get the doubt form, separate doubt form you will get in the PDF, and there you can send your query. There you can put the screenshot for the reference. There you can explain everything related to your doubt. And personally, I will sit and deal with all your doubts. I will answer all your queries. It might take 1 day, 2 day, or might be in the worst condition, it may take 3 days. But definitely, I will answer all your queries. But you have to make sure that you are putting your doubts there only. No other feedback, no other suggestions. Suggestion and feedback you can give in the submission form, where there is one separate section about the feedback things. In this doubt form, you only have to put your doubts only, so that I can completely focus on the doubts. Alright, so now let's come back to our query number 3, and this query is about the restaurant. So which restaurant has served the highest number of unique customers? Correct. Again, how to proceed with this query? So firstly, we have to imagine the sample output table. So how our sample output table will look like? Here it is written which restaurant received the highest number. So simply here there should be, just a second. Okay, so there it should be a column name, restaurant name. Correct. This is what we want in our result table. What else? We want the number of customers, and these customers will be unique. So we want the unique customers. Okay, whenever we have to get the unique thing, we use a keyword called distinct. Okay, see, suppose let's take the example of Wednesday. Okay, some orders have been placed for the Wednesday. So suppose there are total 10 orders, among which 4 orders were placed by same person. Suppose these 4 orders were placed by Akanksha only, and rest of the 6 orders were placed by different persons. Okay, if we are applying distinct on this column, then the output will be, instead of writing Akanksha 4 times, our result will be only one Akanksha and these different customers name. So total 6 and 1. In our output window, we will see total 7 names out of these 10 orders. Okay, it means there is no duplicacy. If we apply the distinct keyword, we will get no duplicate value. Correct? Okay, fine. So we have now our sample output table, where there will be restaurant name and the number of customers. This is all what we want, right? Fine. Which columns we need to select? So we need to select restaurant name, okay, restaurant ID, and the customer ID, because we want the customer related data. So customer ID, and here we will use the count function because we want the number of unique customer. So for that we will use the count function along with the distinct keyword. Okay, so that we will get the unique values. These columns are available in which table? So this is available in the restaurant table, and this customer ID is available in the orders table. You will say customer ID is available in the customers table, but what if that customer even hasn't placed the order? So we have to find the customer ID in the orders table only. Correct. So in this case, we need to join these 2 tables, which is restaurant table and the customer and the orders table. Okay. All right. And what it is written here, highest number. They want highest number. It means further we have to sort it in the descending order, and which restaurant has served highest means they are talking about the single restaurant. They want the top one only. So then we will apply the limit 1, so that we will get the who scored highest. Fine. So now let's start writing the code, and we want to select what? R dot restaurant name, comma, count of distinct, okay, distinct orders table customer ID as unique customer. From which table? So from restaurant table R, as well as from orders table O. On what basis? So on where restaurants table restaurant ID is equal to the orders table restaurant ID. Now we will use the group by restaurant name as well as restaurant ID. Here also we have to select the restaurant ID. R dot restaurant ID, okay, comma, R dot. Fine. Now order by unique customers in descending order. and then we will use limit 1. This is it, what we want. Fine, now let's run it. And here we have the restaurant which has the highest unique numbers of customers, highest unique customers basically, and which is 4. Okay, so this is it about today's queries, guys. I have demonstrated 3 queries. Now it's your turn to perform 4 queries, and the detail of all these queries will be given in a PDF form, and that you will receive in the WhatsApp group. Okay, I just there is no purpose behind this WhatsApp group, guys, only just to make everything in a structured manner so that आप में से कोई भी इसको miss ना करे. So do your task, submit it via submission form, and again I'm saying everything I will provide you in the PDF. Rest is still, if you have any further doubts, you can contact directly on my WhatsApp number. You can fill the doubt forms related to the queries. Okay, and till then, take care, guys. See you and keep practicing. Bye bye.